Everyone can hear everything. On some level, everyone can hear everything. One mind, and every thought that we're thinking, we're contributing to that one mind. You might be able to hear the sound of the waterfall behind me, and what it reminds me of is the way I think of the one mind is like the flow of a river. And every thought that we're thinking, we're depositing into the river. So are you depositing thoughts that create a sense of balance and harmony and goodwill, good-heartedness, or are you placing into the river thoughts of toxicity and terror and worry and fear and thoughts of separation, thoughts of attack, thoughts of lack and limitation? For me, it's been so helpful to consider that every thought is so powerful. Course in Miracles tells us that all thoughts produce form at some level. So what does that mean? Every single thought that we're thinking is producing form at some level. Our feelings are form. Our experiences are form. So every single thought that we're thinking is creating form at some level. Many people are in terror, they're in fear, and they think it's because of their circumstances. It's never because of your circumstances that you feel afraid. It's because of the thoughts that you're choosing, the thoughts of lack and limitation, the thoughts of attack and shame and blame. That's what causes the terror. And yet, that's not what we learn in this world. We learn that it's our circumstances that are frightening us. However, when you begin to practice paying attention to every thought and recognizing that all thoughts produce form at some level, you start to take responsibility for your thoughts. You start to take a sense of ownership for your thoughts, and you begin to realize that every thought you're thinking is contributing to your experience and the experience of everyone. Then there is a powerful transformation that can take place. But it's not until you have the willingness to take responsibility that that transformation will take place. So what is the transformation? Well, let's say you're thinking a thought of attack. You're thinking a thought that, oh, Johnny's not good enough. Johnny's an idiot. Johnny's a jerk. I hate Johnny. I wish Johnny would have a stumble and fall and hurt himself because he is such a jerk. You're thinking those thoughts. You might not connect the dots intellectually, but in your heart knows that you're one with Johnny. And if you're thinking attack thoughts about Johnny, you're going to experience the attack. You're the first one that's going to experience the attack because it's emanating from you. So you're placing that attack thought in the river of life, if you will. You're dumping toxic waste into the river. You're the first one who's going to take that big gulp of toxicity. And how are you going to experience it? You're going to feel afraid. You're going to feel worried. Now, you might feel afraid and worried about whether or not your check is going to bounce or whether the check is really in the mail. You might feel afraid that, oh, your butt's too big, or your nose is too big, or your eyes are too small, or your bank account is too whatever. You're going to have some thought of fear and worry, doubt. Why? Because you are interested in attack thoughts. Like attracts like. That's your experience. You're projecting that it's okay to attack, and therefore you immediately expect to be attacked because you're living in a world of your experience, your creation. You're putting attack into the world, you're going to feel attack. So the fastest way to begin to feel safe, to begin to feel worry-free, to begin to feel prosperous and abundant and loved is to begin to think loving thoughts, to begin to think the thoughts of kindness and compassion and generosity. And this is really challenging, so you have to decide that you're interested in it. You have to decide that you're willing in order to really get that traction in your spiritual practice. Remember that every moment of every day is an opportunity to practice your ability to be loving, to be kind and compassionate. And that is going to dramatically shift and change your experience. So thoughts of lack and limitation will bring you more of the same. Thoughts of lack and attack, blame and shame will bring you more of the same. Be willing to, see, look, the frogs and the birds are all, they're getting in on it. They're saying, that's right, that's right. It's true, it's true. See, they live in the river, and so they know. The frogs live in the river. Literally is a frog getting closer. The frog knows that everything that goes into the river is experienced by everyone in the river. So every day, if you start to feel afraid, realize, oh, I must have been thinking thoughts of lack and attack. Change your tune. Deposit something beautiful and loving, something nourishing into that river of thought. Because remember, everyone can hear everything, everyone can feel everything. When we're willing to tune in and tap in, we feel it all. So when it's emanating from you, love, compassion, wisdom, freedom, joy, the spiritual qualities of life are awakened alive in your mind, activated in your heart. That's all you'll know and feel. Thank you, Froggy. Oh my God, I love it. So you decide what you want to put in the river. You decide what you'd like your experience to be. Don't ever think that someone else is making you feel something or making you think something. Absolutely not. All of your thoughts produce form in your experience at some level. You decide, are you willing to turn over the thoughts of lack and attack? The attacker always feels attacked. The lover always feels beloved. The blamer always feels blamed. It's that simple. So practice the love, practice the light in your step, in your thoughts, and you will see a different experience. I so appreciate your willingness to be willing today. I add my willingness to yours, and we are the two or more who are gathered in the name and the nature of the Christ presence. Rock and roll, right, Froggy? Yes. Woo! If you like this video, please let me know. Hit the like button. Make a comment. Share at Facebook. I love you. Thank you.